Is mining in Sunflower Land actually profitable right now, or are you just wasting coins, pickaxes and skill points? In this video, I will show you how you can profit from mining even if you are free to play and don't have expensive NFTs. I will also compare the mining NFTs, calculate their ROI and rate which ones are actually worth buying. And honestly, some of them are really bad. I'm Server and let's get started. For many months, mining was not profitable for low-tier players without good NFTs, but that changed with the new chapter. Resources price went up because demand is now higher than supply, and that means there is actually money to be made right now. But after doing all the calculations, the answer is not as simple as just mine everything. Stone and crimstone are the main options to look at. Iron is not worth it, gold is very limited, and most mining NFTs have really bad ROI time. So let's break down what actually makes sense. Mining has a lot of skills, but you do not need all of them. You will run out of skill points very fast. The first decision is simple. Are you focusing on stone or iron? For most players, trying to do both is a mistake unless you already have expensive NFTs and a bigger setup. If that's not your case, pick one. First, take the plus 0.1 stone or plus 0.1 iron skill depending on your strategy. Then I would definitely take the one tap skill because mining with 3 clicks every time is just annoying. After that, I like the plus 20% blacksmith delivery revenue in coins because coins are always useful. If you're going with stone, take the minus 20% stone recovery time and then the tier 2 skill for plus 1 stone and minus 0.50 iron. At that point, you are basically committing to stone. If you're going with iron, take the minus 30% iron recovery time and then the tier 3 skill for plus 1 iron and minus 0.50 stone. The pickaxe coin reduction skill is not amazing, but if you have spare points, you can take it. And more picks is very important if you do restocks every 2 or 3 days. I restock daily, so I personally skip it. Now let's get into the important part: profit. How much can we actually make with mining in Sunflower Land? Do we need to mine everything or just focus on specific nodes? I made an Excel table to calculate all of this. If you want to use this Excel table yourself, the link will be in the description. Just open it, click File, then create a copy, and after that you can edit everything on your own account. The most important thing is to update the prices because resource prices change all the time. So every time you want to reallocate skill points, make sure the table matches the current market. Enter the price of wood, stone, iron, gold, crimstone and the coins to flower ratio. To calculate stone profitability, I have used a 1.3 boost by default because everyone has a 20% chance to receive 2 stones instead of 1, and then you just need to craft a stone beetle, which is very cheap. By claiming all skills for mining, you will have an additional 1.1 boost. Then, if you have NFTs that give you a boost as well, you can enter this amount here. If you don't, just leave this amount at 0. Then the table will automatically calculate pickaxe price, how many stones you get per mine and your profit. Then, to know your daily profit, you need to enter the amount of stone rocks you have, the recovery time in hours, and how many cycles you can do daily, and then you will see your total profit in 1 day from stone mining. As you see now, at this point, stone is not profitable, but that's because of the coins to flower ratio. One pickaxe costs 20 coins, and based on the current ratio, this is a lot. If we change our ratio to 3000, for example, we can see that we start making about 0.6 flower as profit every day. You might ask me what the point is, how can I get 3000 coins per 1 flower? And the answer is simple. By doing daily deliveries for coins, you can easily get about 5000 coins daily with a better ratio. Sometimes you can get 2000 coins per 1 flower, sometimes it's 5000 coins per 1 flower. On average, it all depends on the delivery and which deliveries you complete and which ones you skip. Once a week there is a double delivery day, and sometimes you can get coins with a very good ratio, and at that point coins become almost free. Just need to know how many coins you spend daily and how much you can make. One of the ways to get more coins is by doing digging on a daily basis. In the worst case scenario, you will get 1000 coins per 1 flower. In a good case scenario, you can get 3000 coins per 1 flower or even more. I do digging because I get a lot of resources from there. Every day I complete my streak and I get shovels, sometimes I get food, I get rare keys to open chests, sometimes very expensive treasure, and that all adds up and translates into profit. Perhaps digging is not for new players because you will need to spend about 3 flower tokens on a daily basis just to get coins. It is better to focus on deliveries only in the beginning of your journey. On my table I have put 20 nodes, but if you are in the desert you will have 19 stone nodes. Also, I can do about 3 or 4 cycles a day, but the recovery time is about 3 hours, and if you can log in more often, that means you can earn even more than I'm earning. If you manage to do 5 cycles in a day, your profit can be about 0.75 flower tokens without any NFTs and only with skills. Now let's get into iron, because here things are a little bit different. First of all, iron is not profitable even with skills. If you choose all skills for iron, you will have a 2.4 boost in total, but based on my calculations, you cannot profit from it. The mining cost is bigger than the iron price, so I would recommend that you focus on stone and not iron. Next is gold. Gold is also not very profitable. I use 0.25 flower as the price, but a lot of the time it sits closer to 0.248 and it's hard to sell it higher. So even though gold looks okay on paper, in reality it's pretty limited. Next on the list is crimstone. By default you have a 1.4 boost because you get +2 crimstone when you mine 5 times in a row. By claiming the skill for crimstone mining, in total you will have a 1.6 boost. Crimstone recover in 24 hours, so you can only mine once a day. Based on my calculations, you can make about 0.76 flower tokens as profit every day by mining crimstones. That's the same amount of profit that you make with stone. So what are my thoughts about mining? Do you need to focus on mining, or is it better to skip it? In my opinion, if you are free to play and you are below level 70, it's better to skip mining. If you need mining resources, you just use your flower tokens to buy them on the marketplace. In that case, you will get them cheaper and won't spend your skill points on something where you can't profit. Even if you profit with mining, it can change on the next day when the stone price drops by 0.01. Because the profit is so small, if something changes, you will be unprofitable. Also, one important note: if you're mining, let's say, gold, that doesn't mean you need to mine iron. Of course not. You just buy iron from the marketplace to buy a pickaxe and then mine gold. Don't mine everything. It's not a smart approach. Focus on specific nodes that give you profit and you know that these resources will not go down in price. For small players, I do recommend mining crimstone because you will get profit even if the crimstone price drops to 0.65 flower tokens. Perhaps it's not a good scenario, and I believe you could allocate your skill points into better skills that will give you more profit. Now that we understand how mining works, let's get into NFTs. There are some mining NFTs for different mining nodes, and I calculated the profitability of each one. I will rate them by ROI time. If the NFT recovers in a few months, it's a good NFT, but if the ROI time is longer than a year, I don't consider it a good NFT. First, let's look at stone NFTs. There are 4 NFTs to boost stone production: Tunnel Mole, Tin Turtle, Rock Golem, and Quarry. The first one is Tunnel Mole. It adds 0.25 to stone boost and costs about 160 flower tokens. I have put 4 cycles a day and 20 nodes available to mine. Based on these numbers, the ROI in days for this NFT is 381. The ROI is longer than a year, so I don't consider it a good NFT. The next one is Tin Turtle. It adds 0.1 stone, but only for 9 stone rocks. Based on its price of 200 flower tokens, the ROI in days is actually insane. A 2000 day ROI for this NFT. Definitely a very bad NFT to choose. Then we have Rock Golem, which has a 0.2 boost and costs 250 flower tokens. The ROI time is about 2 years for this NFT. The next one is for big players. Quarry NFT costs 9000 flower tokens and allows you to mine stones for free. Since stones are cheap to mine, it will produce only 3.2 flower tokens a day for you, making the ROI time about 2800 days. That's almost 8 years. That's crazy. Of course, it's an investment, but I didn't think it was that bad. Now let's get into iron mining. Iron only has 2 NFTs, Rocky the Mole and Iron Idol. Rocky the Mole adds 0.25 iron and will produce about 0.58 flower tokens a day. Based on a price of 270 flower tokens, the ROI time is about 1.5 years. For big investors, there is an Iron Idol that adds 1 iron as a boost. It will produce 2.33 flower tokens a day, but since the price of this NFT is more than 3000 flower tokens, the ROI time is close to 1500 days. For gold, there is only 1 NFT, and that's Nugget. It has 0.25 gold boost and costs about 750 flower tokens. Because the price is so high and gold is cheap, the ROI time is 2400 days. Crazy. For Crimstone, you can buy up to 4 NFTs and the price is usually cheap. The cheapest NFT is Crimstone Armor. It costs only 100 flower tokens and has a 0.1 Crimstone boost, which will produce 0.28 flower tokens daily for you and has an ROI of 1 year. The next one is Cream Paxter. It has the same boost, but the price is almost double, making the ROI 2 years instead of 1. Crimstone Carp costs 450 flower tokens and only at 0.05 boost, which makes the ROI about 9 years. The expensive NFT for big investors is the Crimstone Hammer. It costs 6000 flower tokens and has a 0.4 boost. It will produce 1.12 flower tokens daily for you, making the ROI about 5,000 days. Very bad NFT in my opinion, really bad. And these are all the NFTs for mining that you can buy to increase your profitability. There are not many NFTs at this moment and the team is not adding too much right now, but that's because mining resources don't have much utility right now. I believe if the team adds more NFTs for mining, all prices can go down. I think they will add utility for mining first and only then add new NFTs through chapters. Also, it's important to understand that these NFTs have very high prices because of the limited supply. As for rating these NFTs, I would put Crimstone Armor and Tunnel Mole in B tier, Rocky the Mole and Rock Golem in C tier, and the rest of the NFTs in D tier. The rest of the NFTs have an ROI time so long that it doesn't make sense to buy them. You will recover your funds only in 4 years or more. There are way better NFTs in Sunflower Land than these ones. If you have a couple of $1,000 in Sunflower Land and you want to do mining, then go ahead. But I do not think it's a better use of your money in this game. If you have a different opinion, you can always leave a comment and debate me. I'm open to feedback. So in conclusion, I do not recommend investing heavily into mining if you're a new player, and honestly, not even for most players on Volcano Island. Mining is just too unstable. One day you can make 0.1 flower and the next day you can lose 0.2. Even when it's profitable, the profit is usually small and spending around 10 skill points for 1 flower token is just not that impressive. There are way better skills in Sunflower Land and there are definitely better NFTs. So for me, mining NFTs are mostly a skip. Don't forget to join our Discord community with over 1500 players. Leave a comment, like, and see you in the next video.